Welcome to From Vinyl to Streaming, Tunes Through Time with Abby and Judy. I'm Abby.
And I'm Madison.
Judy is not here with us today. She is out gallivanting, traveling, having a grand time. So my roommate Madison so kindly said she would be on this episode with us. I tried doing one by myself and it was a train wreck. So it's so very, very kind of her to do this because that's the reason we have an episode out this week. But yeah, so Madison is here. How was your week, Madison?
It was good.
Good?
Yeah.
Anything of note?
No, just working.
Yeah, we just cleaned our cars together. It was really cute.
It was cute.
And our cars are clean.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. Very
if you see
exciting.
us driving down the street, we have clean cars.
Just know their cars smell good.
Yep.
They are.
That is so true.
They're enjoying the time they are spending in their car.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably the most exciting thing that happened to me this week too.
Honestly,
we cleaned
I'm
our
just
cars.
excited to have a clean car.
Me too.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. These things only happen so often.
Yes.
So
yes.
Well, so this week I thought it would be fun because back in the heydays, I was a big Directioner and she was a big Belieber. So we have kind of both of us here, two sides of pop culture at that moment.
Yep.
So we thought we would talk about it, ask each other some questions, and just kind of talk about what it was like back then. So I will start.
Okay.
So what made you a fan of Justin Bieber in the first place?
So I just remember, I don't even know what year it was, but way back when Justin Bieber posted YouTube videos, my mom and I would sit on the couch in our living room and we would just watch his YouTube videos. Like before Usher found him,
So you're an OG.
Like my mom and I would watch his YouTube videos when I was a wee lad.
That's so fun. That is so fun.
Yes. Okay. How did you first become a fan of One Direction? Was it through the X Factor or one of their early singles?
So I want to say it was X Factor. I honestly can't remember.
Okay.
I want to say it was X Factor, but for sure What Makes You Beautiful. I feel like I'd known about them when they released What Makes You Beautiful, so it must have been X Factor.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch X Factor UK, so I don't...
That's true.
I don't know. But at some point, by the time they released What Makes You Beautiful, I was a fan.
You were a fan.
So somewhere in there.
The beginning.
Yeah. So somewhere in there.
That's fair.
Okay. So what's your favorite Justin Bieber era and why?
I don't know. His purple era.
I remember
My
it.
World Tour.
Was that Boyfriend? Was Boyfriend a part of that?
I don't think. Maybe.
Or was that before? I can't remember.
I don't know. I can look it up.
Because I was never someone who had mad disdain for Justin Bieber, but I wasn't.
No, Boyfriend was Believe.
Oh, okay,
That's what
okay.
I thought.
Was that when he?
My World.
Was that? Did he come out with a movie for that? For My World? Was there a...
For My World, yeah.
Okay.
There was a documentary.
I was gonna say, I feel like I remember seeing something. But anyways, I was never a Justin Bieber hater by any means, but I was definitely a One Direction fan.
Yeah.
You were either a Justin Bieber fan or you were a One Direction fan. I was
true.
a One Direction fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the purple, the flat cap.
Yeah.
I remember
and the
that.
white. I went to that concert and it was it was the best.
It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time.
So that's my favorite era, I think.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite era of One Direction and what makes it stand out to you?
So I feel like I have favorite eras of each individual person because, again, One Direction was around super long, so they didn't go through many eras as a group, I would say. But
how many years were they? I don't even know.
5. I think it was 5. I think it was 2010 to 2015.
Serious?
Yeah, that's it. And they released 5 albums. They pumped out music.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was a really short time. But when Harry had his long hair and really skinny jeans, that was such a good Harry time. When at the very beginning, when Niall had his braces and his bleach blonde hair, incredible. When Zayn had the white or the bleach swoop in his hair,
a little skunk moment.
Incredible. We loved it. The other two, I couldn't tell you anything. I could, but they weren't very exciting. So I would say I have different eras for each individual band member versus a One Direction era.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Which of Justin's album do you think is the best? Which album do you like the most?
I don't know. My World is classic.
Okay, what's on that?
That's the one with Baby.
Baby, okay.
Let's see. Somebody to Love, Stuck
That's
in the
such a
Moment.
great
I
song.
had that on CD with my like little hot pink like boombox CD player, and I would listen to these all the time in my room. So like Eeny Meeny, Never Let You Go, Runaway Love,
classics.
That Should Be Me, like
all the classics.
So that's just like a go-to. But I just love the Christmas album. It's the best Christmas album ever.
I've heard a couple. He does have some bops on there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so hard because I also love the Believe album.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but some of his newer stuff is good too.
Yeah,
I could not pick a top favorite.
That's fair. I was gonna say I became, because I consider myself a Justin Bieber fan now. Mm-hmm, yeah. I became a Justin Bieber fan during Purpose.
Okay,
that's when
a really good album.
Because back in the lore, Purpose and Made in the AM came out, I want to say the same day. I want to say same day. If not, it was in with like a week of each other. And Made in the AM is my favorite One Direction album, which controversial because Zayn is not in it.
Oh.
But I love that album, and I do love Zayn. But I remember because Sorry was on Purpose, and I was like, this song is a bop. But I'm a One Direction fan. Like, I remember being quite like torn inside because Sorry was a bop. What Do You Mean was a bop. Like, that album, I feel like it brought Justin Bieber into my world.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, Purpose is a great album.
Yeah. But Justice is my favorite.
I do love Justice.
His newest album is so good. I think it's so good.
good.
That is his newest, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's his most recent. So.
It's so good.
I agree. Okay. My turn.
Sure.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel when One Direction announced their hiatus?
It was a dark day. It was a very, very dark day. I will say that. When it was like, I remember when Zayn left, heartbroken. Absolutely heartbroken. Zayn is Judy's favorite One Direction member, or at least was at the time. She just thought he was so cool, he was so cool. So when he left, it was like, it shattered our world a little bit. But when they announced they were going on a hiatus, which is the biggest load of BS in the whole entire world, I was heartbroken. Like, I was down bad for a couple days there.
Down for the count. Like,
down for the count. Because I loved One Direction and they were going away. And it was, like, really upsetting. And they had just released their best album. So.
That is rough.
It was bad. It was rough.
I literally was not involved in the One Direction world. I couldn't tell you.
What you were doing?
I don't remember them.
I think I was in school, to be honest. I think I was in school. And I was like.
Do you remember?
It had been 2015. 2015, 2016. It was 2016. I was a sophomore.
Okay.
Because this is actually hilarious. I remember being in math class, sitting next to my friend, talking about Made in the AM versus Purpose, because she was a Justin Bieber fan.
Yeah.
So I was like, they're both great. It's a whole thing. But One Direction, and then they went on hiatus, and it really tore me apart.
Came back. Do you think they'll reunite?
Part of me hopes no, because the amount of money I would spend at this concert would probably be a mortgage. I don't know. I would pass away if they reunited. Like, really, that would be like my peak. Yeah. Nothing would be able to top a One Direction tour.
And I could see their tickets being extremely
mad expensive.
Because people would pay, like you said, anything.
Anything. Like, nothing would top that. Because I love them.
Crazy.
Yes. Okay. How does it feel to have stuck with Justin Bieber through all the ups and downs in his personal life and career?
I love that man. I don't know what to say.
Did you ever have a time where you were like, what are you doing, my friend?
No,
like, what's going on?
Like, the poor kid. He was a kid.
That's
and
the thing.
He was, like, so in the social light that, like, he's gonna make mistakes.
Yeah. No, I agree. I felt the same way. And I think, right now there's all the stuff with Diddy coming out, which we're not going to talk about. But it's just absolutely devastating, like, to hear what he was around, what he went through, like, those kinds of things. And so I even remember when he was drag racing and got the DUI. I was like,
I did too.
This kid's obviously going through something. Like, why are people being so mean to him? And, like, you look back at, like when Jenny McCarthy, like, forced him, like, to kiss her, like, on stage. Like, all of this stuff.
Videos and things, it's just...
That's, like, all coming up right now. It's absolutely devastating.
It is devastating.
But, I remember, I was like, I'm not even a fan of this kid, but people are so hard on him.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
So,
But
I just love him.
I think that's very good. That's very smart. Okay, your turn.
Who's your favorite One Direction member and why?
Okay, so this is another funny story. So originally, first 6 months of One Direction, I would say, I was a Louis fan.
Okay.
And I got bullied so hardcore by my family members.
Judy bullied you?
I don't know about Judy, but Emily and Adam and Tyler had a field day bullying me. Except Adam did get me a Louis Barbie for Christmas once.
That's sweet of him.
But I quickly moved to Niall, and I did stick with Niall for the rest of One Direction, and I would say to this day, I love Niall the most.
Yeah, Niall's a cutie.
Because he's just such a cutie. He is
precious.
just such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's just so, I don't know.
It's true.
He's such a sweetheart. So, I would say Niall. But I was a Louis fan for a second there until I got bullied out of it.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's do this one. How do you feel about Justin's collaborations with other artists? Are there any collaborations that you love, ones that you didn't like, ones that you weren't expecting him to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like when he is the only one on the track.
That's fair.
I haven't ever been a fan of
his collabs.
Mm-hmm. I can't even mention one right now because I'm like...
See, when Purpose came out, there was one with Big Sean, there was one with Travis Scott, and then there was one with Halsey. And I'm like, this is all over the place.
It is all over the place.
And he sounds great with everyone. But I will say there is one... Well, actually, I don't know if we should mention it. With everything that's going on.
Mention it and then you're going to cut it out. Because I want to hear it.
Somebody to Love with Usher is the most incredible song ever. But again, I don't know what was going on, so I do love that song. But I do love that song.
Yes, I love that song too. So that's fair.
But I would say
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Never Say Never with Jaden Smith.
Very true.
I love
Very
that
true.
collab.
When you went, because Jaden opened.
Yes.
Did they sing that?
They did not sing it, and I was devastated. I was
That's weird.
When Justin Bieber goes off stage, he's gonna come back and do an encore with Jaden Smith.
Nothing.
No. They literally had the perfect opportunity to sing Never Say Never together, and they didn't, and I was so devastated.
Yeah, that is shocking.
And Jaden Smith was doing a concert at a bar that night, and so my two friends picked me up from the concert because I went by myself.
That's a whole story.
That is a whole story. I went by myself, and so my two friends picked me up from the concert, and we knew that Jaden was gonna be at the bar just down the street, so then we drove by it, but we weren't old enough at the time to go in, so we just circled it, and you could hear him singing through the doors. It was so funny.
That is so funny.
I do love Jaden.
Yeah, that's funny. That is weird that they didn't perform it though. You'd think they would.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
But okay. Let's see. What's the best One Direction album in your opinion?
Okay, so it's Made in the AM.
Yes.
I love that album. I will say they are all great. They are all great for their own specific reasons. But I just feel like Made in the AM was when they really every single song is so good. And they had grown up by that point. I mean, it was their last album, so it was not such teeny boppy music, which I do love, don't get me wrong. But it's such a good album.
Yeah.
It is such a good album.
That's probably, out of the albums I have listened to, that one's probably my favorite too.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
My turn. Okay. What is the most exciting or memorable Belieber moment for you? Like a concert?
Okay.
Online interaction?
Both the concerts I've been to have been incredible. So I don't have super specific memory of my first concert because I think I was 8 years old, maybe 11. Between the ages of 8 and 11. My mom got me tickets for my birthday. So I literally the only thing I remember is her taking our photo out front of the stadium. And then I just remember Justin Bieber got strapped to whatever those things are called. I don't even know. But he was walking up the wall. And that was just engraved in my memory. It was just so cool.
It was
iconic at the time. Yeah. It's the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Yeah. So, but what was the question again?
What was your favorite, most exciting or memorable moment?
So I think what tops that just barely is going to the Justin Bieber Justice tour by myself.
Yes. Okay, so this is one of my earliest memories of Madison. We were at our friend's house having dinner. Like, she made us Sunday dinner. And
whose house were we at?
Maddie.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
And so we were at her house, and like I didn't know Maddie super well, like, but I like
forgot about this.
I think your two other friends were there, or two other friends were there, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta take Maddie to the Justin Bieber concert," and I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, she just bought tickets. They were like $500." And I was like, "That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. Like, that is so iconic."
Yeah, I was just laying in bed one night and I knew Justin Bieber was coming. I just moved to Utah. I could see the arena that he was performing at outside my bedroom window. Like, I could not pass up this opportunity. I didn't have very many friends, so I was, and definitely not friends that would spend absurd amounts of money on a ticket with. So I was like just laying in my bed one night and I was like, I'm just gonna buy floor tickets. Like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna go for it. So purchased so fast. What was also so funny about that is I didn't have a job at the time. So I was like, because I just moved to Utah. So I was like, I'm going to DoorDash and make up the money that I just spent. I DoorDashed maybe 3 times, maybe made like $100.
You know, that's still something.
Most of that comes out in gas anyway. So
yeah, that's true.
Overall, that didn't end up happening. But I did have the best time ever at the Justin Bieber concert on the floor by myself. So
that is so funny. It's like,
it's a good time.
It's so iconic.
Yeah,
I love that she did that so much. Like, really, so incredible. So incredible.
So that is my favorite.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Gotta see him up close. So
no, I wish I would have gone to that tour, honestly, because
if we were closer friends.
Yeah, because I might have bought the $500 tickets with you, but it's good I didn't, because let's be financially smart about this.
No regrets.
But I do wish I would have gone on that tour because I do love that album.
It was so good, and who knows if he's gonna even.
I know.
It's been like 3 years since that album came out, so we'll see when he makes.
We'll see
if there is a new one.
Yeah.
But okay, my turn.
Yeah.
How has the One Direction fandom changed since the group went on a hiatus?
I would say we are just desperate for anything.
That's true.
We want One Direction back so bad. I will say, like, with their, like, solo projects, like, I feel like we still get a little bit. But it's not One Direction. I just want One Direction back so bad. Like, I feel like all I ever see are just, like, edits of them, like, from back in the day. I'm like, this was such a good time. Like, such a good time. There was so much fun. But I feel like, I mean, Harry's killing it out there. Niall's killing it out there. Zayn's coming back. Mm-hmm. Louis living his best life. Liam, we're not so sure. He's doing whatever he's doing, and I'm happy for him if he's happy. But, so I feel like at this point, like, people know it's not coming anytime soon, just because Harry's so big. Niall's so big. Zayn's doing his thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not coming anytime soon. So we're just, hoping for whatever we can get.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I do like to see them successful because they are putting out great music themselves.
Yeah,
like, it is great.
Just like disappear and never come back. Mm-hmm. So I do love Harry Styles. So.
I do. Yeah, he's great. But no, I remember when Zayn announced he was leaving, and then he was leaving like to just. He needed his mental health. He was going to take a break, stay out of the spotlight. And then he released his own solo music, like, really quickly after. Like, we were like, are you sure about that?
Suspicious.
Was that really? Yeah. And I was pretty upset about this because he left One Direction. Like, how dare he? And then I heard Pillow Talk, and I'm like, man.
I love that song.
This song's kind of really good. Oh. And I was torn. That was really hard for me, too. I remember that split my little heart in two because, man, that song's so good. It is so good. But
she picked me up the other night so we can go get like a fun drink, and that song was on in the car, and I was like, I haven't heard this song in so long. We were
blasting it. It was so fun.
Song.
It is such a good song. But I was really upset that I liked it as much as I did because he left One Direction.
Yeah,
he broke him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay. My turn.
Yep.
Okay. Do you ever wish Justin would go back to his older pop sound, or do you prefer his newer music style?
Kind of prefer his newer music style. I think at the time that style was good for him, but I think
that was also like the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
everyone
was
back,
doing
it would
that.
be weird, and I don't think so. I think his music has grown up as he's grown up, so I like it.
I think he's one of those artists that if they were to do like an Eras tour, like what Taylor Swift has done, it would be so
iconic.
So much fun.
It would
like,
be so fun.
Because I wasn't a Justin Bieber fan, but I know all of his songs.
Yeah.
Like somehow I know all
Snowball.
of the songs. And so I feel like everyone would just love it. Like would just love it.
It would just be a blast. I would spend so much
a
money
mortgage.
to see that. A mortgage to see that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
see.
one day.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the most memorable concert or tour moment for you as a Directioner?
Okay, so I only went to One Direction tour because they did not come to America very much. Like at the beginning, they did not do, well, they put out 5 albums in 5 years. So they weren't touring every single album, like at least not a big worldwide tour.
Yeah.
Because I mean that alone takes a year, and then you do another album, and then tour.
Yeah.
Where they were only together for 5 years, that kind of didn't work.
That's fair.
So I went to one. They did not come to Utah. We had to go to Arizona.
Okay.
And 5 Seconds of Summer opened for them.
Oh,
it was the most
fun.
iconic concert of all time. I remember me and Adam were just like having the time of our lives. Like,
did Emily go?
No. That's a whole other story.
So it was just you and Adam.
Emily can tell you at some time. Yeah, it was me and Adam and Judy and another person.
Okay.
But I wore my shirt. This is my tour 2014 shirt. Like, this is from Arizona, straight from Arizona. I've kept it all of these years. 10 years.
Fair.
Oh my gosh, 10 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is insane.
But
That's iconic.
it was just so much fun. And like 5 Seconds of Summer, they had their moment too. They were so much fun. So like to have them open and then One Direction. I just remember it was just like the funnest concert ever. Because they were just boys having a good time on stage. You know what I mean? Like, all of their like concert videos and everything are them just messing with each other the whole time.
A good time.
It was so much fun.
That is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. But I'm very proud to say I've been to a One Direction concert because that is kind of a badge of honor. Yeah. Not many, I mean, there are a lot of people, but it was more unique than you'd think.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So I wrote this one later. I just wrote Jelena ? What are your thoughts? I want to hear.
I love Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber.
I do too.
I love them.
I do too.
So, and to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Selena Gomez.
Also, Jelena, we had a missed opportunity with Sustin. I really think we should have called him. I really think we should have called him Sustin.
I like that so much better.
But whatever, it's okay. Jelena.
So I don't know. At the time, loved them together, but as times have changed, and Hailey Bieber came to the picture. Hailey Baldwin. I just love them together. So.
I do too. I really don't understand like people's inability to get over it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
I got over it fast.
I get that people liked him together, but like at the same time, he's literally married to someone else.
So
like
get over it.
Get over it.
Happen.
And I don't know. I didn't like them together. I thought they just didn't.
Like, it was fine, but they were both
at the time. Yeah, at the time it was fine. Just... Looking back, I think it's weird.
Yeah.
And I like him and Hailey, and they have a baby now.
Baby Jack.
I'm so happy.
Jack Bieber.
I think that is the cutest name, isn't it? Is it Jack Blue?
Or Blues?
Something like that. That is a cute name. That's a really, really cute name.
So, yeah, I love them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you feel any hostility towards Beliebers as a Directioner? I
don't think I had any. But there was definitely people
which is so weird
upset.
To me because Justin Bieber is an individual artist
and One Direction was a group. Like, so I don't understand why they were pitted against each other like they were. But I have the same question. Do you feel as towards Directioners as a Belieber? Like, did you notice there was...
I didn't really notice it, I feel like, but there was obviously, like, the people who were One Direction fans and the people who were Justin Bieber fans. Yeah. And I was not a One Direction fan. And I don't know why. There wasn't, like, a reason why I wasn't. I didn't have any hate towards them. I just loved Justin Bieber. And that took up all my time. Yeah. So.
No, I remember not liking Justin Bieber. But I don't remember, like... hating him or anything. Like I remember I just thought he sounded like a little girl, which he was a little boy, so it makes sense. Like, I think when you look back at just how young he was, it's like, why did anyone have any negative opinion at all?
Exactly. Like, I remember so vividly, it was like Thanksgiving, I put my CD in my little hot pink boombox, and I was playing probably like Baby or something, and it was Thanksgiving, and my uncle was like, who's the girl singing, like thinking he was so funny, and I was like, it's Justin Bieber. I love Justin Bieber.
That's so funny.
So I have a vivid memory of that, but I just love him.
You know, he's an icon. He is an icon.
What can I say?
Okay. If you could only pick one Justin Bieber song, which would it be and why?
Honestly, Boyfriend.
Okay.
I don't know. Just like the little rap moment, even though it's not good.
No.
It's really not great rap.
No.
It's just iconic, and I love that song.
No, I have a vivid memory of that song. In dance class, we were warming up to it. Like, my dance teacher was playing it, like, to warm up, and we're like, who is rapping? We're like, what is this song? She's like, it's Justin Bieber. What are you guys talking about? We're like, okay.
Yeah.
It was so funny, but I just have a vivid memory of warming up to Boyfriend at dance class.
He sang that song at the Justice tour.
Oh, he did?
It was iconic. It was my favorite song of the whole tour.
There you go. See, that's one song I do remember, like, not liking when I was little. I hear it now and I go feral. Yeah, like, it's so good.
So good.
It's so good. So funny. I feel like that's how a lot of... It's just so nostalgic. Like, a lot of that music is just so fun.
Good.
So fun.
Okay. Kind of been jumping around.
I know, me too.
And you kind of answered some of these unintentionally.
We can go to our both list.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. So we kind of answered this, but how do you feel when people compare One Direction and Justin Bieber? Like, do you think it's a fair comparison?
I don't think it's fair because, again, he's an individual artist and One Direction is a group. So,
like, I can see them being like, they were both young boys or like young men. They weren't really men.
Boys.
They were young boys.
Yeah.
But Justin Bieber had been around for a few years by the time One Direction.
Around for 5 years. I'm like, that's not enough time to compare.
Yeah. So I don't know. I do, like, looking back, like, I remember it was such a thing. And looking back, I'm like, why? Why on earth were these compared as heavily as they were?
Yeah.
I think they just both had really passionate fans. Like, they were two very beloved staples of music at that moment in time. So
that makes sense.
You know, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay. If One Direction had stayed together, do you think they'd be as successful today as Justin Bieber is?
Ooh. I think, yeah.
I think so. I think if their solo is any clue into the success, they quit when they were on top. Like, they weren't...
Like, the fan base that they gathered in that short amount of time would have just kept growing significantly. Yeah. So I think so. They probably would be more successful, honestly.
Yeah, well, I think Justin Bieber, he's taken a step back. I think if he was consistently putting out music, then it would be different.
That's true.
But I mean, Justin had a flop era, and One Direction didn't.
That's true.
Because One Direction quit.
Mm-hmm. They just
said, you can't flop if you're not there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so. I think they would still be. I don't know why they wouldn't, unless like something crazy happened.
Yeah.
But like,
if
they were on top.
The picture, yeah,
they were on top.
I think they'd be successful.
Okay, which artist do you think had a bigger cultural impact?
Oh, I think One Direction.
I think One Direction was a bit more worldwide than Justin Bieber was. Probably, because they're English.
Yeah.
But I mean, One Direction. They took over the world.
Yeah, they really did.
But I mean, Justin Bieber has stayed longer, so he has more staying power, I guess.
Yeah.
But I love One Direction. I remember for Christmas one year, I got their movie. And I just sat there and watched it, like, over and over and over. I'm like, I love these boys so much. I love them so much.
It's iconic.
And that was when Zayn was really into graffiti. So I was like, can I graffiti my room? Like,
yeah, like something.
I just feel like Zayn would want this for me, you know?
He probably would.
I think he would.
He probably still does.
He probably still does. Okay. What was the hardest moment for you as a fan? Was it One Direction going on hiatus or Justin Bieber's controversies and breaks from music? What was it?
those breaks for music, you know, like like I said, it's been 3 years since the Justice album came out. Like I am itching for something new, but he just had a baby, so I really think it could be a while.
He's busy. I do too.
So we'll see. Some people are saying that he might never come back, and that breaks my heart.
It would make me sad to have never gone to a Justin Bieber concert. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
But then it would make me happy that I spent $500.
Yes. I mean, you only live once. And, you know, me and Judy are always saying on these episodes, go see your favorite artist in concert because you just never know.
It's true.
They're gonna die. They're gonna stop doing music. You never know. But Justin Bieber. Because there was the Yummy album. What was that one called?
Oh, I don't even know. That's probably like my least
That's
favorite.
His flop era, in my opinion. But maybe. It was Purpose and then Changes, that one and then Justice, right? Or was there one in between?
Purpose, Changes, Justice.
Okay. He came back with such a bang with Justice. Like I said, it's my favorite album. I think it is so, so good. That I feel like he could have built on that a lot more than he did, and he just didn't.
He just ended.
Which, I mean, I don't blame him. He's probably going through stuff, and he has a kid now, which is so very exciting. I'm so very happy for him. But I feel like he could have built on that, and he didn't, which I think is interesting.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. What song from Justin Bieber would you recommend to a Directioner?
Ooh. I was just looking at this before, and I think Somebody from the Justice album.
Yes.
Like, he opened with that song on tour, and it's just, like, engraved in my memory, and it's just so good. Like, it's not, like, my favorite song, but it's just, like,
it's a good song.
At the same time.
Yeah.
It's just, like, something I think that everyone would like. So.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I think from a One Directioner to a Belieber, I would say probably either Best Song Ever, because that song is just iconic and it's just fun, and the music video is also iconic and fun. Or something like Night Changes or Story of My Life.
Yeah, those are all good.
I think those are good.
Remember when you and Emily sat me down and made me watch, like, probably all of their music videos?
So
I wasn't complaining.
I've said this before, I'll say it again. I love a music video. Like, I love, love, love a music video. And for my birthday this year, Emily, my sister, she got me 4 record, like vinyl of their album 4. And so we were, like, just talking about it, and you actually knew quite a few of them. And there was one music video. It might have been Night Changes, to be honest. We're like, we have to, like, just turn this on. And then we just went through and watched every single One Direction music video, and they are all iconic.
They are.
There are, like, really, they were really just having the time of their lives because they are just so fun. But Best Song Ever definitely has the best music video.
They're all good.
They are.
I didn't.
But she actually knew a lot more than I thought you would. I feel like that's me with Justin Bieber. Like, you just couldn't avoid the music. You know what I mean? So,
like, I don't remember, like, specifically, like, listening to it. I don't think it was something I ever turned on, but I, like, know the song.
Yeah.
So, who knows how that happened.
Yeah. But I agree. Okay, do you think Justin Bieber would have been successful in a group setting? Like, if he was in a group?
No.
I don't think so either.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but I don't think so.
I feel like he just has too much swag to be...
He would have outswagged whoever else is in the group.
He would have outswagged. I remember when swag was a big thing, like in 2010, 2011, something like that. I was in gym class in elementary school, probably like 5th or 6th grade. And I just remember everyone was like, Justin Bieber's so swaggy. Like, he's just got so much swag. And I was like, I guess he does with that flat-rimmed cap and his, like, purple...
white outfit. The purple sneakers and the white pants.
He was swaggy. He really was very, very swaggy.
So.
Okay. Did I get all of them? I think I did. Is there anything else you want to talk about? About Justin Bieber?
I don't know. I just love him forever.
You know, me too. I'm a big of course. Justin Bieber. I do really like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I've come around to him.
And I don't hate One Direction.
No. They have some bangers.
Yeah, they do. I don't think it's really... I still don't think to this day it's something I would, like, turn on myself. But if Abby turns it on in the car, I'll jam out to it.
She'll jam out to it. I mean, best song ever.
It is the best song
ever.
ever.
Or Live While We're Young.
Yeah.
These are such incredible songs.
They are.
I love One Direction. And I want so desperately for them to reunite. But I just don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Maybe when they're old.
Yeah.
And frail.
But you said Harry was your favorite?
I think Harry's my favorite.
Of their solo projects.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
When they're together.
He's been the most successful for sure.
Yeah, that's true. When they're together, I feel like I like Zayn. Zayn's more of like...
He's got that bad boy.
My vibe, you know? Those bad boys.
Mm-hmm. That's you. That's totally you. But yeah, Harry's... What's your favorite solo Harry album?
Harry's House is so good.
Harry's House is really good. I feel like Harry's House... I don't know if they just released a bunch of... Like, if there were just a bunch of singles from Harry's House, but I feel like every single song was all over the radio. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if they released a bunch of, like, singles for radio, or
I don't know. Because, like, I love Harry Styles, but I also don't, like, keep up with him. Mm-hmm. I would just see all, like, the concerts on Instagram.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah. It looked like it was fun. That's also one I do regret not going to, was Love on Tour.
That would be really
Because
really
I think
fun.
That would have been cool. But none of these people come to Utah, and it makes me so mad.
Yeah, we have a great arena here. This is my petition to you guys. Come to Utah.
And if we
have a great vibe.
We do. But even if you need a stadium, like, we have college football stadiums. We may not have a professional football, but we do have college football.
They host the Olympics at this college football stadium here in Utah.
Here in Utah. I think
they can host the Olympics.
We could host you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can perform there too.
You can come here. And that's all I have to say on that.
Uh-huh.
But this will be a shorter episode, but that is all good. All very, very good. Big thank you to Maddie for coming on the podcast with us or with me and helping me out, because you guys will never see the episode I recorded to myself. It will never see the light of day. Maybe one day for a blooper reel. Mm-hmm. It'll just be the whole episode. It was not good. I'm speechless about it, apparently. So big thank you to Madison for coming. But follow us on Instagram and TikTok. It's just From Vinyl to Streaming, and then that's the same on streaming platforms and on YouTube, so follow and subscribe on those. And Judy will be back next week, and she will have some tales to tell, because she has experienced experiences. So we'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.